Hello, welcome to HITC Sport, and Graham Potter is an utter genius, and don't you dare tell me that he isn't. Please bow down and humbly lick the soles of his feet, because clearly he is a master tactician. I mean, let's just forget the fact he managed to win just 2 games at home in the space of a year. Let's just forget the fact that his management CV is 90% Swedish football. Good Christ, managing Östersunds? What did he get paid in? Bags of Skittles? But no, this is a video where we have to be nice to Potter, despite looking like an underpaid librarian who cuts his own hair with a knife and fork. No, because he beat Leeds United last week, because he stuffed them back down to 11th, then forget the tactical naivety, forget the fact he's failed to win nearly 30 bastard games all season, ignore the putrid 6-bore 0-0 draws. Good Christ, can you imagine a Big Sam or Tony Pulis did that? These same footballing hipsters who love Potter would be calling them footballing dinosaurs with a tactical awareness of a swollen thumb. But no, before we start the Premier League predictions, then this is my thank you letter to Potter. From now on, you might as well carve a scar on my forehead and befriend a ginger sidekick, because right now, I'm a Potter fan. Anyway, welcome back to another Premier League predictions video. Last week, it was a mixed bag, but to be fair, considering I managed to avoid eating a potato off a toilet seat, I'm counting that one as a success. They say I am to predictions what Wagner is to singing, but to be fair, look at this 10-second snippet from my Champions League semi-finals prediction. As for the return leg, it's going to be another shut-up job. I'm predicting Chelsea will grind out a 1-0 win, courtesy of a late Mason Mount winner inside the last 10 minutes. You'll see, lads, Tuchel is heading back to his 2nd consecutive Champions League final. If Timo Werner had just headed the ball over the damn bar, then right now I'd be looking like Paul the Octopus. But anyway, right, let's have a crack at this weekend's predictions. Leicester versus Newcastle. Right, starting off, Newcastle are traveling to Leicester City, but the signs don't look good. Leicester have won the last 4 times they've played against Newcastle, including 1 game by 5 goddamn goals. If we want to talk about footballing tacticians, yes, I know Steve Bruce is a Premier League manager back when Brendan Rodgers was living in an attic and showering in the sink, but I don't compare. If you compare these men's footballing brains, Rodgers one would resemble a big fat pumpkin. Bruce, by comparison, would resemble a shriveled up peanut. Although, to be fair, Bruce did beat Rodgers twice when he was Liverpool manager, and when he had the whole city, Paul McShane had Mario Balotelli in his back pocket for 90 minutes. Maybe that's why he's currently playing in Serie B right now. But listen, anyone who saw Newcastle limp about like a pack of corpses against Arsenal last week will know that half their players are on the beach. Their job is done, they've stayed up. While Leicester are in pretty good form going for the Champions League, I'll go for a comfortable 3-0 win. And you know what? Jamie Vardy's getting back on the score sheet. Leeds versus Tottenham. So what's everyone doing with their Saturday morning? Me? I'm gonna wake up in a cold sweat and screaming for Tottenham until I'm blue in the face. Lads, I am potentially 3 weeks away from having Patrick Bamford scribbled on my body for life. This isn't a joke anymore. This is my life. And the fact that Tottenham are going to Ellen Road to take on the Joker of football, a guy with the most maverick and unpredictable tactical decisions. They're going there armed with the managerial insight from Ryan Mason, the English Julian Nagelsmann wonder kid, right? No, it's like putting the work experience intern in charge of a national newspaper. Mason should be doing nothing with his life other than handing out bibs and fetching the manager his morning coffee. Listen, I don't truly believe Spurs will get a result here, but I have to. Good Christ, I have to. I have to ignore every fibre of my being telling me that Mason's going to be utterly chewed alive by Bielsa. I have to. Please, just Gareth Bale, you're in sparkling form. Please, just turn up and let this be a 3-0 win for Spurs. I don't believe it. In fact, I already feel my bowels begin to give way. But I have to. I have no other option. Tottenham have to win. Sheffield United versus Crystal Palace. Here's a tip. If you're deciding whether or not to devote 90 minutes of your life to this match, then no! Sounds about as much fun as eating Clearasil on toast. Neither of these sides particularly care about the outcome of this match. There's literally nothing at stake. Sheffield United are already relegated, while Roy Hodgson is a nearly 80-year-old man probably daydreaming about retirement. Do you really think he can be bothered with standing on the touchline in the freezing rain, trying to outwit a former Barnsley coach? What's the point? Palace have won 1 out of the last 8 games. They're on the beach. I'll go for a pretty sour 0-0 draw. Man City versus Chelsea. Am I the only one who thinks that the oversaturation of this fixture being rammed down our throats every other week, it's going to utterly dilute the spectacle of a Champions League final? Chelsea are going to be playing Man City 3 times in a month. Good grace, the FA Cup semi-final and now a Premier League dead rubber clash. 2 warm-up games? Great! It'd be like watching Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury have a friendly spar twice this year. Is anyone really going to have the hunger then for a world title fight? It's weird. Chelsea and Man City have both utterly beaten the snot out of each other over the last 20 years. This is an underestimated modern rivalry rivalry in English football, the clash of the sugar daddies. But lads, let me remind you of some other crackers. The Invincibles are a once-in-a-lifetime achievement in English football, right? Well, Arsenal fans should still be sending love letters to Nicolas Anelka, because his winning penalty for City in October 2004 was Chelsea's only loss in Jose Mourinho's debut season. Lads, we could have seen two different Invincible teams in back-to-back seasons. That's just utter nonsense. Can you imagine how cocky Josie would have been then? What else? The fact Chelsea then beat Man City 8 times in a row, keeping 7 clean sheets along the way, conceding just 1 goal. One of the games was a 6-0 Chelsea win. Or how about in February 2010 when Wayne Bridge didn't shake John Terry's hand and City ran out 4-2 winners at Stamford Bridge? What about the ridiculous 5-1 Chelsea win in the FA Cup a few years back? Or the 6-0 City revenge 2 years ago? Or even last season, Chelsea's 2-1 win in June, which officially ended City's title challenge. These teams have history, but because they're both going to have their eyes on the cup final, this is going to be a lackluster and fairly boring 0-0 draw. Just don't even bother with it. Liverpool versus Southampton. Ah yes, here we have Liverpool welcoming their feeder club to town. Let's be honest, the Reds really need to get back on track and quick. Their season went down the toilet ever since Danny Ings fired the winner against his former club in January. If they don't win this match, then it's official. They're not playing Champions League football next season. So I'll go for a very nervous and squeaky 2-1 home win. Lads, the Reds have just one last-minute home win at Anfield since December the 16th, which was another last-minute win. What is this? What does the Anfield dinner ladies feed their players on match day? Do their pre-match meals just consist of jars of glue? I mean, come on, what's going on? Wolves versus Brighton. Oh, well, as we know, Graham Potter's a managerial genius, right? Listen, for Wolves' high standards, they've had a pretty awful season. Don't forget, after 10 games, they were 6th in the league. But since Raul Jimenez banged his head, plus the departure of Diogo Jota, they have absolutely no cutting edge. I'm sorry, but Willian Jose, he might have been good in Spain, but in the Midlands, about as clinical as a wet paper bag. They haven't won a game by more than 1 goal since the day before Halloween. Nuno Santo must be pulling out chunks of his own beard. They just wanted the season to end with low morale, zero hunger, no motivation or bite. I actually think Brighton are going to snatch a 1-0 win, with Danny Welbeck spanking in the winner. Aston Villa versus Man United. A message to Aston Villa fans: do not bother. This is a Champions League winning club, a massive club situated in the Midlands, right? Well, it doesn't help your argument when looking at your record against the biggest club in the country. Honestly, it makes you look like a bunch of part-time mechanics. You have beaten Manchester United, wait for it, once in 42 attempts. Or twice in 53 attempts. Do you know what was in the cinema the last time you beat Manchester United at Villa Park in the Premier League? Toy Story, Jumanji, Casper the Friendly Ghost. Good Christ, Bill Clinton was the goddamn president. It's nearly 30 years ago. How? Just how? Like some Blackburn have beaten United 5 times since then. Even Stoke have given them a couple of bloody noses. Villa fans might be angry with my upcoming prediction, but lads, I'm sorry. If any of you out there actually think you're gonna beat Man United this weekend after 3 decades of pain, then clearly you're suffering from bouts of self-delusion. Do you also make love to your constipated cat? I mean, come on, seek medical help. This is another comfortable 3-0 win for Man United, with Bruno Fernandes absolutely ripping you to shreds. West Ham versus Everton. So here we have David Moyes targeting 4th for West Ham and coming face to face with the last club he managed to claw into the Champions League places. Now, normally you'd think a multiple European champion like Carlo Ancelotti would be able to outthink Moyes even after 12 pints of Stella. But to be fair, the Hammers have been great this year. They're not getting top 4 though, so they'll slip up here. A frustrating 1-1 draw. Arsenal versus West Brom. West Brom are down. It is done. It's ironic. Big Sam Allardyce made a career out of tormenting Arsenal in the Premier League. Now he's about to taste the first relegation of his career at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal fans are going to be gutted. They weren't allowed in the stadium to see Troy Deeney relegated, and now they're going to have to sit at home and Big Sam is. They're missing all their chance for gloating. I'm sorry, if the Baggies are still alive and kicking after this game week, if they've somehow managed to survive mathematical relegation, then honestly, I'll eat a cheese sandwich off the pavement. This is going to be a comfortable 3-0 home win with Gabriel Martinelli crawling onto the score sheet. Fulham versus Burnley. Scott Parker says Fulham need to get 4 wins, right? There's more chance of him giving birth to a couch. Where does this deluded notion come from that Fulham have been valiantly trying to pull off a great escape? Have they? They're one of the most out-of-form teams in the league. You'd see more fight from Joe Weller in a boxing ring. 1 point from the last 6 games. Only 2 home wins all season. And even they were just against the other 2 teams about to join them in the championship next season. People are trying to make excuses for this silver-spooned, freshly combed England captain.
Oh, he's just been unlucky with a tough fixture list.
Okay then, let's see. Here's a winnable home game against Burnley, which will utterly expose this Fulham team. Sean Dyche is going to grind out a pretty painful and ugly 1-0 win. And lads, to prove my confidence, if Fulham manage to win this match, then I'll eat my dinner out of a shoe. Anyway, that's it. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Chuck your predictions in the comment section down below. Let me know if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and as always, I'll talk to you in a while. This is actually one of the easier forfeits I've done. It's not like it's a tattoo of Patrick Bamford. There. You happy now?